How is it that a woman can text her husband at 5:15 and ask him to pick up their takeout, and then when he arrives home at 6 p.m., he finds that she'd taken the lives of all of their children? My name is Layla, and I'm dishing out hot takes on true crime. Don't just watch, follow. The morning of January 24th, 2023, Lindsay Clancy wakes up and takes one of her children to a pediatric appointment. She plays out in the front yard with another child, and she even exchanges texts and photos with friends and family, and everything seems normal. At 4:02 p.m. that night, she searches for children's Miralax and then looks up an idea for takeout for dinner. At 4:47 p.m., she calls CVS to check on a medication that she'd ordered for one of her children. Everything on that phone call seems very normal. At 5:10 p.m., she gets a hold of the takeout restaurant and orders their family's dinner. Then at 5:15, she texts her husband and asks him to pick up the dinner on the way home. Around 6 p.m. that night, Lindsay's husband arrives home and notices that there's silence in the house. He walks around and finds one of the bedroom doors is locked. When he opens it, he sees that there's some blood on the floor and one of the windows is open. He runs to the backyard where he finds Lindsay with very serious injuries to her wrists and neck. There's evidence that she jumped from the window. She says that she tried to take her own life and then says that the children are in the basement. In the basement, he finds their 5-year-old, 3-year-old, and 8-month-old, all with exercise bands bound around their neck. The two oldest had already passed, and the youngest later passed in the hospital. It was later revealed that in September of 2022, Lindsay had reached out to her doctor about anxiety that she was having about returning to work after having kids. That is very normal. What's not normal is that over the next few months, she was prescribed over 13 different antipsychotic medications at once. There were also antidepressants and sedatives prescribed to her during this time. Lindsay is indicted on 6 counts: 3 counts for taking the lives of her children and 3 counts for suffocation. Now, what makes the crime even more complicated is that when she jumped from the window, she actually paralyzed herself from the waist down. So she does live in a hospital. Lindsay still remains in that hospital paralyzed, just waiting for her day in court.